everybody, Leapin' Leppin' here. How are you guys doing today? I'm doing just fine. So, in this video, we're going to talk about a very special Game Boy Advance that I bought. No, it's not this one. This is the one I built using an older Game Boy Advance with a very, very bad shell. This one works still. This is the better screen one. And to prove that, I got my GBA game here. Go ahead and turn this on. Let's go ahead and turn off the lighting on the camera here so you guys can see. Nice. It's looking a lot brighter in the camera than it is in real life. It's a very nice screen on it. Very clear. Wonderful. Turn the brightness up and down. Couple of settings. Yeah. Select game, yada yada yada. Y'all know the drill. Hello. But we're not talking about this one. No, this one I've already modded. I bought another one that has been modded, but specially modded. Well, I'm going to model it today. Now, this GBA, when I'm about ready to show you, was made by a young man. I picked this up at Press Start in Jacksonville, Illinois. And a guy who owns the place, Chad, he's a really, really good guy. I can't say enough good about him. I mean, he's awesome. It's this Game Boy Advance. Yes, it has fingerprints on it. That's actually going to look really, really bad. Hang on, I'm going to clean this. Much better, kind of. A little smeared. That's okay. Now, this Game Boy Advance, yes, it's pink. I don't care. The fact that it's modded, I don't care. This is not a typical mod. Now, before we get into the mod on this, let's talk about these older GBAs. The older GBAs worked fine, except for one major issue, and that was the screen. The screen on these was absolutely horrendous. You could not see them, even if you were on the surface of the freaking sun. Now, I do have an accessory to put on here for a bad screen. Let me show you that accessory. It's this Gamester by Rebecca, and I paid $5.99 for it. Pretty cool piece of technology here. I'm going to turn off the light again for you. Okay. You would put this on your GBA, pull this out, your screen go on here. I'm not going to put it on this one because there's a reason. And you would, I'll just mock it up, be like that. Okay. To get any type of playability out of this, you would have to turn on this light right here, which I'll just flip back over, do this. Okay. This light is very peculiar in itself. It's fluorescent. That's not LED you're seeing, that's fluorescent. Okay? It runs on AA's. It lasted just about as long as the Sega Genesis, no, not Sega Genesis, I'm sorry, Sega Game Gear did. Even though it's a low output light, yeah, AA's just didn't cut it. Like I said, here's your on switch to keep it on permanently. You'd have to have it on your GBA like that so you can play your games. That's how notoriously bad the screen was. It was so bad that Nintendo came out with this Game Boy here. This here is the AGS 001. And this was an improvement, a dramatic improvement, from this. Alright, the originals. This one does work too. This is the tribal flame. You can see it works just fine. But instead of a brighter screen, you did get a brighter screen. That was probably what the original screen looked like. Okay? So, imagine this being that there. In order to see it, you would have to use a light. Okay? A lot of the older guys, or gals, seeing this is like, ugh. They're getting horrible flashbacks. Even though all the lights in this room, and they're all LED, you can barely see it. So they fixed that with a front lit light. Not a backlit, this is a front lit. And it improved. It improved it a lot. However, it did not improve it enough. And there's a little screen delay on there. So, Nintendo came out with the AGS 101. This little feller here. As you know, we just seen it, but one more time. Alright. Nice screen. Brighter. It's backlit, not front lit. That's front lit. Okay. Front lit, backlit. Big difference. Same screen. In fact, that one still got some screen stuff in there. It's going away. Yeah, there it goes. Yeah, anyway. But also, if you see, when that goes off, the image goes away. So, after the original came this, after this came this, after this came the micro, and then that was pretty much the end of the Game Boy line. It then went to the Nintendo DS series. The first DS's, you could actually play GBA games. I don't have one of those yet, and I plan to get one sometime. But we're not talking about the DS. No, we're talking about this one. Now, I'm going to plug this in. Game's in. Are you ready to be blown away? Power on. Ooh. Look at that. Yes. Now you may be saying, well, that just looks just as good as this one here. Contraire. You see, this Game Boy Advance has been modded with touch controls. So, I can easily turn up the brightness, as you see there. Yes. And I can change the color on it, if I wanted to. Gotta find it. Oh, there it is. Nope, that's brightness. Turn it back down, right here. Ish. It's around here. There it is. Black and white. All sorts of colors. It's not coming out as well on camera. There we go. Yes, this is a very much modded GBA. And it has a no solder screen in it. It's very nice. Oh, and by the way, this screen is an IPS screen. Okay. Okay. See how nice that looks? A young person modded this. And I believe they did a very good job. Yeah, fine, number of players too. I don't care. Blue. Human. Fine. There is no screen tearing. This is the game of life. Where nothing makes sense. But look how nice that screen is. Now there's some screens you can buy that actually has like an OBS menu. This one does not. And another thing about this screen is that if you have it on the bright setting, it will use these batteries up quick. Because even though this is an IPS screen with a beautiful LED crystal display, it still uses AA batteries. Now, there is a mod that you can do to put these, to take these batteries out and put in a lithium ion. However, I have heard that it is very, very risky, because it might fry your Game Boy Advance, especially if you don't do it right. So, just for funsies, let's compare the screens. Okay, this is the AGS 101. You can't really tell. This one is a cooler white. This one here is a much brighter bluer light. You can tell this one is LED. This one is, I assume, maybe possibly some kind of halogen or maybe fluorescent. And you only get one brightness setting on this one. And that's brighter than what it usually is. This one right here, you get, I believe, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. So, let's go all the way up. Yeah. Okay, IPS screen. Looks beautiful. So, yeah. If you're going to get a GBA, if you want to stay original, get an AGS 101, if you can find them. But if you want one that has been modded, get one that has been modded with an IPS screen. I don't know the longevity of these screens, though, especially on the touch controls, which, like I said, this one has. I will report to you in the future. But it is a shade better than using one of these to light your GBA. Reason why I won't put this one on here is because of the touch controls. It's, I don't want to damage them, because this is just too cool. So, yeah, but that's the video I was going to bring you here today. So, if you like my video, please comment, like, and of course, subscribe. If you do subscribe, make sure to ring that bell to get notifications whenever I upload a new video. It's not going to stay, is it? No, it probably will not. Maybe it will. Hey! There we go. This has been Leapin' Lippin'. I'll see you all in the next video.
Thank you for watching. Please come again.